All right, let's talk about a hit that's used sometimes by midfielders, although you don't see it as much as you used to. It's when the midfielder is going from right to left and they're going to use a crossover step. And again, they're going to keep the ball back by their right shoulder and they're going to cross over like this and they're going to hit it to the left. Now, they're going to use short steps and they're going to use a short hit to hit the ball. They're not going to raise the stick up. They're in the midfield. You want to make a quick hit. They don't want to give the defense any time to make an extra 1 or 2 steps towards the player who's going to receive it. And notice from here, I can hit the ball to the left, or I can change my footwork. I can hit it on a 45-degree angle up to an attacking forward, right? Now, if I keep the ball behind me on this, I can also adjust and pull the ball back here, and then I can hit the ball to the right. If I keep the ball on the left and I run the ball on the left, I have to do a spin, which takes more steps, number one. Number two, I'm going to get closed down. Sometimes you want to spin, but sometimes it's a good idea. Keep the ball behind you here, and you can pull it back diagonally. Then you can spin this way. And it gives you all sorts of options to pass while you're doing it. So we'll just do it on this angle here. We're going to keep the ball behind the body here again. Shorter steps, crossover, crossover, crossover. When you plant your right foot, that's when you begin the swing and hit the ball. Okay, let's talk about the angle facing the player like this. What's really going on? Where's the stick going? So I'm down in a lunge position here, and maybe I choke up on it, and I take the stick back here, and I get down in my lunge position. I've turned, I'm coming down, and I'm going to hit the ball again with the wall. I have my hands ahead of the ball. My shoulders are in line with the target here. I've turned my hips slightly, and I'm going to come down into the lunge position and hit it like this. Now what you see some players doing from this position, which is wrong, is they get their left elbow, their right elbow below their left elbow, excuse me, and they get in this position here. Well, what did they do? What they did was they took their hands above the plane and put the stick below the plane, and now they've got to compensate for both problems to get the stick back on plane, coming down and hitting the ball. You typically see this problem when a player has got the ball too far out in front of them and they're making this big adjustment to come in to hit the ball out in front of them. Whereas if they have the ball here, they're able to come down and they're in a position of power because their powerhouse, the shoulders and the torso and the hips, are centered on the ball. And that's what you want. That's where you get your power from. Now let's talk about shooting on goal. What you see a lot of forwards do is they run in on goal and they've got the ball out in front of them. Well, that's a problem. Number one, you've got a defender coming from the left. As soon as you raise the stick up, the defender comes in and pokes the ball away. Now, what you'll see players who are playing in Holland or in Western Australia do is they'll actually take the ball and they'll put it behind their right foot and get it over on their side. And as they come in, as they step with their right foot, the ball is rolling, and they'll raise the stick up and they step with their left foot, and then they hit the ball. So let's be clear about that. We're going to dribble the ball. We come in, we might get it behind our right foot. We're running, the ball is rolling, and we're going to hit it when it comes down. Notice one thing. You do not push the ball with the stick forwards. The ball is going to roll, and as the ball is rolling forward, your stick is going back, then your stick is coming down, and your stick will impact the ball. You have to learn how to time when you raise the stick relative to the ball and relative to your feet.